up until now, even through the most powerful telescopes, Pluto has always been a little fuzzy blob. There's just been nothing there. This is the last large object in the solar system that we have not done a planetary flyby of. In August of 2006, they redefined what a planet is and demoted Pluto to a dwarf planet status. And the problems that I have with that, and several other people do, is that I don't think that the definitions were done well. Let me just go through it. August 24th, 2006, the International Astronomical Union Resolution 5A definition of planet. A planet is a celestial body, and then it has to meet three criteria. The first is it has to orbit the sun. And if you think about that, that's just ridiculous. We have somewhere between 200 billion and 400 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Does that mean that the only planets that can possibly exist in our galaxy have to go around our sun? You've got to ask the question, what if one of our planets, through some calamity, were to be ejected out of the solar system? Does it suddenly not become a planet because it's no longer going around the sun? The second is it has to have sufficient mass that its self-gravity overcomes it being jagged. This isn't a reason for something to be a planet, just because it's round. The third is it has to clear the area around its orbit. Just because its neighborhood tends to be cluttered with other objects, that seems to these folks cancel out the concept of something being a planet. In January of 2006, NASA launched a space probe to Pluto while it was still a planet. It will be going through the Pluto system on July 14th of this year. And Pluto, for everyone on this planet, is suddenly going to go from, oh yeah, that's that thing way out there, to, oh my gosh, this thing is a world. As 9.5 years of its journey come to Pluto, I think people are going to revisit the concept of what is a planet. And when they do, I think they're going to say, you know what, we need to rethink this. And I think this definition from August of 2006 will be retired. What myself and some other folks in a planetary working group are working on is a much better definition of a planet. I'm sure that you've gone to an amusement park, and to ride this ride you have to be this tall. Right. And if you're not that tall, then you don't get to ride the ride. And if you are that tall or taller, then you get to ride the ride. And nobody has a problem with that. Science needs to be that easy. And what we've taken is, turns out that the very simplest atom, one proton, one electron, right? That gives off a special frequency. It's called the 21 centimeter radio blip. We've decided, let's just make that the standard unit of length. So the working group, the planetary working group, said, okay, let's take our unit that we're going to call the wave, and if we multiply it by 10 million, what does that give us? Turns out that distance is about 2,110 10 kilometers across. What's interesting is, and we didn't do this on purpose, but it turns out that Pluto is approximately 10% larger than that. So it turns out that according to this definition, and it's a definition, these folks have come up with the definition, according to that definition, then Pluto would be a planet. And if you count the current 8 and then the 7 planetary moons and the 2 Kuiper belt objects, all larger than that, then we have a new solar system of 17 planets. We're going to put our definitions out there to force science to turn around and and work a little bit harder.